Hello everybody, welcome back to another FF14 video. My name is JSauce and today we will be talking about the gear progression for your first job or leveling up a second job. So without any further ado, let's begin. The gear progression for FF14 is very centered around dungeon gear. This can be obtained from level 15 all the way to level 50. Once you do hit that level 50, you can start buying something we call the tomestone gear. And this will be available at 50, 60, 70, and 80. But before we even go into that side of the gear progression, let's start at the beginning and how to gear your freshly minted job. Of course, before carrying on, let me just make a note that this mainly aimed to the original class/jobs in FF14. More specifically, the ones you start from level 1. So as you level up, you will be burning tree equipment every 3 levels or so. Luckily, you can lean in your main story quests through, more importantly, your class/job quests. These are side quests that you need to be keeping up. They will be available every 5 levels, starting at level 1 and go all the way up to 80. So make sure to head to your job guild and pick up your quests. These will give you not only gear, but weapons and new abilities. It is essential to keep this up to date as possible. By the time you hit 15, you will have access to your first dungeon. This is of course provided you have been doing your MSQ. And it's at 15 that you will unlock the Beginner's Hall. Completing this training program will net you a set of armor and a ring that will last you well into your 20s. Specifically, the brand new ring will be giving you a 30% boost to your EXP gains until you hit level 30. The location of the smith and the access points to the training are as follows. So if you come to New Gridania, you will find the smith in the Caroline canopy next to the innkeeper. Here's our guy, and these are the coordinates. They're on screen right now, up on the top of my map. In Ul'Dah, more specifically in the quicksand, you will find the smith, once again near the innkeep, and the coordinates will be on screen right now. And this would be the Ul'Dah smith. Limsa Lominsa, make sure to take the Aetheryte chatter that takes you to the Aft Castle. Go to the Drowning Wench, and you will find the smith inside the Drowning Wench at these coordinates that are on the screen right now. And if you teleport to Western Lanosea, more specifically to Aleport, just northeast of that Aetheryte, you will actually find the Hall of the Beginners. All you gotta do to find the smith is go inside, and at the end of said hall you will have the smith. The exact coordinates will be here as they are on screen. Okay, so now you reach level 50. It's time for you to be aware of the tomestone gears. In this case, the poetics gear. Now these will be better than your artifact gear at level 50. You can obviously glamour your artifact gear over the poetics gear or the tomestone gear, but bear in mind that the strongest gear for level 50, 60, 70 will be the poetics gear, or otherwise known as the tomestone gear. So let's begin. First thing you need to do is get to Mordona. You can get here naturally by completing the MSQ. Don't forget to grab this guy over here so you can teleport. You go up the street from the Aetheryte, and you're going to talk to Oriana, and she's at the coordinates that are on screen right now. So here you can buy from Oriana. You go to DOW, which is Disciples of War if you're melee or physical, and you go to DOM, which is Disciples of Magic if you are a caster. Okay, if you open this up on an armor tab, you will have an entire set of armor for your left side in exchange for poetics tomes. Okay, If you flip over to the accessories, this will be the entirety of your right side. It is important to know that you are not capped on these tombstones. You can literally grind this away to your heart's content before moving on to level 51. So Ariana is the one to buy the armor and accessories, and Alina, which is right here on the coordinates are on the screen right now, so new splendors, will have an option called Geralt's Masterworks. In that option, you will have the full list of weapons that you can also buy with poetics gear. This will get you pretty well set up to go into the 50s towards the 60s. And if you don't know how to make poetics gear, I will explain it in a bit. Alright, so now you have the location of the NPCs, where to get your poetics gear from. How do you get poetics? If you're level 50, you go to your duty finder. On the Realm Reborn tab, on Dungeons 1, Realm Reborn tab, you will notice that all the level 50 dungeons will give you poetics gear as a completion bonus to go all the way to Aleport Keep, Wondrous Palace, and Keeper of the Lake. Each of those runs will net you 100 poetics tomes. If you do 10 or 15 of those runs, or even if you do 20, you will cap your poetics tomes 2,000 per 20 runs, and you will be able to acquire the gear you need to carry on to level 51. Now, let's go to the level 60 gear. Alright, for the level 60 poetics gear, you will have to come to Idleshire. Once again, you get here naturally through MSQ means, and the character to talk to get your armor would be Ismena. Now there's a slight difference on this one. The best gear that you can get for level 60 would be DOW2 and DOM2. As you can see, DOW2 is item level 270, level 60. And once again, this is the entire armor set for your your left hand side, and this is the entire set of accessories for your right hand side. For weapons, you will talk to Bertana and you will go to the Shire Gear Exchange. Here you have the item level 270 weapons for your level 60s. The best way to farm poetics for this gear would be once again to go to Duty Finder. In this case, you will go to the Evansward tab. The ones you want to do is going to be Belsar's Wall and Salmal Hard. Both of them netting you 100, which takes about 20 of either of these to cap your poetics at 2,000. Then you can spend them and go make some more. Now for the third and last poetic tomestone gear set, we will have to come to Relgar's Reach. Once again, you will have to follow the MSQ to get here. And for armor, you would want to talk to Anna here. And she's at these coordinates right here on screen. Once you hit Anna, make sure that you get the number 2 version, the DOW2 and the DOM2. Opening those, once again, it's the same price. This would be your left side, and this would be your right side. And for weapons, you want to talk to Eskina or Eschina, depending. And her coordinates will be on screen right now. And the option you want is the Skaven Gear Exchange. Once again, full list of weapons that you could buy for your level 70. Now let me reiterate, this gear set is inherently better than your artifact set. This would be what we considered the best set for level 70, and the poetics from level 60 would be the best set and 50, and so on. In order to farm tomestones for this, you can use the old dungeons if you want, but if you want to do current dungeons, Gimlet Dark would be the best dungeon that you can do to get these poetics. So it really doesn't matter which dungeons you're going with, as long as you go with cap level dungeons. So for Realm Reborn, you would go with Aleport Keep, Wondrous Palace, and Keeper of the Lake. For Evansward, you have Somal, Belsar's Wall, right? So that's 5 dungeons. And finally, for Stormblood, you have Gimlet Dark. So here's the tip. You can actually, just not to burn yourself out, you can just pick a list of all of them to grind for your poetics. So for an example, you can put Wondrous Palace, Aleport Keep, and then go to Evansward, put Belsar's Wall, and finally hit Stormblood and put Gimlet Dark, and queue for all of those at the same time. All of these dungeons were part of the Expert Roulette at the time the content was current. So this list that I just showed you is the one that offers the highest return of poetics due to their past service as expert dungeons. And of course, for the last one, the level 80 tomestone gear, it will no longer be poetics, but A-Mark will be the one that will have the gear set, and you're looking for Tomestones of Revelation DOW for physical, and Tomestones of Revelation DOM for magical. As you can see, this is the entire set for your left hand side that you have to buy with Tomestones of Revelation, and this would be for your right side. You can see I have quite a bit of accessories here. So A-Mark for the gear or armor, and Fatard would be Cryptlurker gear exchange. And for your weapons, now this is a different method of acquiring it since it's current, but I have done in-depth videos about the Cryptlurker set of armor and the Cryptlurker weapons, which I will link down below in the description if you got to this point and you are unsure how to acquire the weapons and upgrade them. Blah. And that's it, guys, for this video. I hope it helped. Good hunting, and until the next one, peace out.